just went to bed at 6 o'clock in the evening. It's almost 11:30 in the morning the next day. I'm still tired. Mama could not believe what she had just heard. This boy went to bed at 6 o'clock in the evening. It's almost noon the next day. He's still tired. She peeped in his room. There he was in bed, asleep. She pinched him on his big toe. Ow, Mama, that hurt. Now I'm up. Now get a job, boy. All right, Mama, I'll go get a job. So Lazy Jack went in. He washed his face and brushed his teeth, combed his hair, took his hot shower. Well, Jack toweled himself dry, dressed himself, and then he put some clothes in one bag, put some dinner in another bag, put it together in a big book bag, and threw it on his shoulder. He said, all right, Mama, going off to find myself a job. She bade him goodbye and Godspeed. So Jack walked, and he 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 walked. He even did the temptation walk. He walked, and he walked, and he walked. Jack said, it's a job trying to find a job. All of a sudden, it got dark. Jack said, ooh, boy. He felt his pockets. Oh, man, I didn't bring any money to spend the night in a motel. Didn't bring my sleeping bag to sleep outside. And he looked on top of a hill, and he saw an old house. Jack said, ooh, maybe I could spend the night in that old house up there. So Jack went to the top of the hill to investigate the old house, and when he got up there, there was an old man walking in front of the house. Jack said, sir, sir? The old man turned around. Yes, Jack, what can I do for you? Jack said, do you know who that house belongs to over there? The old man said, yes, the house belongs to me. Good. Could I spend the night in there, said Jack? Old man said, no. No, why? The old man said, because the house is haunted. Haunted? Haunted with what? The old man said, it's haunted with haints. Jack said, wait a minute. You mean it's haunted with ghosts? Haunted with haints, haunted with ghosts, same thing, boy. Spooks in the house. I ain't going in there. Jack said, man, I don't believe in no ghosts. The old man said, young man, I'll make a deal with you. If you spend one night in that house, one night, tell me by the next day, I'll give the house to you, everything in it, all the land around it, no questions asked. Jack said, you got yourself a deal, sir. And so Jack and that old man shook hands on that real estate deal. Now, the old man went on home. Jack went to the front door, opened it up. Looked inside. Ooh, it's dark in there. So Jack went in and started trying light switches, but nothing worked. He said, oh man, the electricity must be off in this house. And then he saw a wood-burning fireplace in the front room. He said, good, I'll build myself a fire. Jack saw some cedar logs up in the corner. He plopped them in the fireplace. Bloom, 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 bloom. He put the wood chips on top. Twisted up some newspaper. Put it on top of the wood. Then he lit it with a match. Whoosh. Jack said, that's better. Now, Jack was getting a bit hungry, y'all. So he opened up his book bag. Mama had put Jack some big old huge canisters inside the book bag. He opened up the first canister. Ham and beans, Jack's favorite. Put it on a tin skillet. Plop. He did it on the fire. Opened up a little canister. Potato salad. Plop. Put it on his plate. Opened up another one. Ooh, coleslaw. Put that on the plate, too. Opened up some aluminum foil. Cornbread. Set that on the fire to heat, too. Then Jack went into the kitchen, got himself a big old pot of coffee water, set it on the fire, and when it got hot, he poured himself a hot cup. And Jack drank. Jack was just chilling out. Well, he saw a lazy boy chair, and he cranked that old chair back. And he was sitting back waiting for his food to get hot when a cold wind came across the room. The fire started to dim in the fireplace. And then Jack heard a voice coming out of the fireplace chimney. The voice was saying, I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. Go ahead and fall in, said Jack. And as soon as Jack said, go ahead and fall, y'all, a skeleton dropped into the fireplace. Kabloom! Jack said, and the skeleton walked out of the fireplace and started crossing the room right in front of Jack. Choo-choo, 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 choo-choo. I don't know if y'all know about this, but everything fell into the fireplace except the skeleton's head. He didn't have a head. And the skeleton started walking around looking for his head. First he walked into the kitchen. Choo-choo, choo-choo. He felt in the cabinets over the sink. Didn't feel his head. Felt in the cabinets under the sink. Didn't feel his head. Felt inside the pantry closet. Didn't feel his head. Then he walked back into the front room. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Jack looked at the skeleton coming back. And the skeleton fell on the mantle over the fireplace, and he didn't feel his head. Finally, Jack said, "Sir, what are you looking for?" Skeleton said, "I'm looking for my head." Oh, that's what I thought. "How did you lose your head, skeleton?" The skeleton said, "Well, Jack, about 100 years ago, some men broke into my house, tried to steal my gold. Didn't tell them where it was. The gold remained hidden, but somehow when I passed away, I lost my head. I'll make a deal with you, Jack." Jack said, "Hey, I'm over here." Oh, sorry about that. I'll make a deal with you, Jack. If you help me to find my head, not only will I stop haunting this house, I will tell you where the lost gold is. Jack said, "You got yourself a deal, skeleton." And so Jack and that skeleton shook hands on that deal. Jack said, but where can I look for your head at?" The skeleton said, "Well, I haven't looked down in the basement yet." Jack said, "Good, I'll look down there." So Jack went to the basement door, opened it up. He looked down. "It's dark down there. There's no electricity on in this house." The skeleton said, "I have an idea, son." So the skeleton walked over to the fireplace. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. He took one finger and started to unscrew it. Popped it off, lit it in the fire. Whoosh, handed it to Jack. "Here, son, use that." Jack said, "Thank you, I think." And so down into the basement Jack went. He got down there, he said, "Now where can I find the skeleton's head at with a lit finger?" Oh, first he looked in the laundry room. Didn't see the head. Looked in the coal bin. Didn't see the head. Then he felt on the shelf where the paint cans were. "Ooh, wait a minute, what's this back here?" He took it to the light. I got it. He ran back upstairs. Boogity, 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 boogity. He said, "Hey, skeleton, look what I found." "I don't know, boy, I can't see." "Oh, hold out your hands." So the skeleton held out his 9 fingers. Seeing if y'all paying attention out there. And Jack took that head and set it in the skeleton's hand, and the skeleton screwed it on top. Rolled it around a few times and said, "Jack, my man." Jack said, "Hey, what about this finger?" "Give me that thing back, boy." The skeleton took the finger back, blew out the fire, screwed it back on. "Thanks a lot, son. Now, like I promised you, not only will I stop haunting this house, I will tell you where the lost gold is." And at that, the skeleton wrote out a map, gave it to Jack, and that skeleton disappeared, never to return again. Jack said, "This is the fun part now." He took the map in the backyard. He said, "Take 10 steps to the west." He took 10 steps. 5 steps to the north. Took 5 steps to the north. Dig under the oak tree. Jack took that shovel and he started digging. Finally, he hit something solid. Plop. He put the shovel down, took that box out of the ground, lifted up the lid, looked inside. Solid gold. Jack said, "Yes!" Jack took that big old box of gold and he ran back home with it. Boogity, 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 boogity. He kicked open the front door. Bam! "Mama, I'm back. She said, "Jack, what are you doing back here so soon? Do you have a job?" Jack said, "No, ma'am. I got something better than a job." She said, "What do you have better than a job, young man?" Jack said, "I got a box of gold." She said, "Don't play with me, boy. Now, you ain't got no box of gold." Jack said, "Mama, look in the box." Mama looked in the box. Whoa! My baby boy.